Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different and kick this Friday off with a journal with me. I don't do many journaling videos here on the channel, but it is something that I do incorporate into my life often, and so I wanted to switch things up a little bit and just do a journal with me, get some journaling done, and hopefully you can get some done as well. Today I am using this sticker book from the Happy Planner, the Happy Memory Keeping, and I have my favorite pen, G2 Pilot 0.38, and my notebook, my everyday carry-all that I use. And I also got some hot chocolate, and I'm about to sit here and get some journaling done. It's a relaxing Friday. The kids were kind of like out with colds today, so as you can see, we didn't get a lot done. Homeschool was on pause today, but I just wanted to take some time for myself to kind of like journal. If you can hear in the background, that is my son coughing because he is still a little under the weather, but I did want to just take some downtime and just woosah. So that's what I'm doing today. Our week has been it's been such a crazy week. Like since Monday, everyone has gotten sick except for my husband, and it's amazing that he hasn't gotten sick. But we all came down with the sniffles and the coughs and everything. Thank goodness it is not COVID. It was just like a regular cold, and also with me, it was cold mixed with allergies. And if you are an allergy sufferer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Terrible. But I'm going to take some time. I feel a little bit better. I'm just going to take some downtime to just journal. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I did this. I pre-set this up off camera because I'm still working with one hand, guys. I'm holding my phone with one hand. So I went ahead and just put the stickers on ahead of time. But usually my journaling is very simple. My journaling pages are very simple. I'll have like a border, some stickers. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, sometimes I mix it up. It's very simple. I like the pretty journaling, but I'm more functional, on the functional side, or maybe somewhere in between functional and pretty planning, pretty journaling. I don't know, maybe I just fit right in the middle. But my journaling layouts usually are very, very, very simple, purposely, because sometimes I get a little overwhelmed when it's too much going on. So usually all I do is just add the date at the top. Today's the 17th, and today's Friday. And then I also like to add the time. And I picked a journal prompt earlier I thought was really cool, I wanted to use, so I'll just go ahead and scribble that in. I like using journal prompts because it helps me to kind of get out my comfort zone of what I'm used to writing, and they're very helpful. They help me to think outside the box. So you hear the kids? Poor babies. Okay, so today's journal prompt is, what are you missing in your life right now? What are you missing in your life right now? Let's think about that. So what I'm going to do is journal about that for the next 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to speed things up, and then I'll come back and talk to you about my entry. Okay, so I just got finished journaling. I don't even know how long that was. That may have been 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I wasn't really counting. Usually when I journal, it takes, I want to say, maybe about 5 minutes, sometimes 10, depending on if I'm using a prompt, what prompt I'm using, depending on how I'm feeling. Excuse me, different things would contribute to how long it would actually take for me to journal. But this is what I came up with. So the prompt was, what are you missing in your life right now? And currently it's coffee. It's coffee. Right at this time I cannot drink it because it does trigger heart palpitations, and I am a sufferer of anxiety and panic disorder. And so anyone who knows anything about panic disorder, panic attacks, anxiety, you know that there are certain triggers that will elevate that type of, those type of conditions. And coffee for me is one of them, unfortunately. And I, of course, have to learn the hard way because I love my coffee. You can't just take my coffee away from me. But of course, I have to learn the hard way. My body tells me, girl, you can't, I can't have this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, your body will tell you what it cannot have. And if you go against that, you will learn the hard way. So, enough panic attacks and just not feeling good have compelled me to make the decision to leave it alone, because I noticed that, because like before I would take little breaks, to try to see if that would help, and it did help. The little breaks did help, but the anxiety, the panic attacks, they would still come back, and they would be really, really strong. So I said, you know what, let me just stop drinking this. I think I made the decision to completely stop drinking it in October. Now, I did put in my journal page that there was like a little iced coffee that I may or may have not had. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. The point is that I'm trying. So I think since early October, I like really stopped. Like I stopped buying coffee creamer, because that was another thing. I would buy the coffee creamer. I'll have the K-cups in the cabinet, and it was just like an easy thing to do. And if you're trying to cut back on something, or if you have a habit and you're trying to dial back, or you're trying to cut out a habit or even an addiction or something, the best thing to do is to remove yourself or remove that thing out of your life, because it's harder when it's like there in front of you. I know there are some people who think the opposite. that was very interesting. Some people think to put the thing in front of you and leave it around out in the open so that you can practice self-control and self-discipline and all that stuff. Not me with no coffee, because as soon as I smell it, I want it. I want it all, and I can't have it, and I can't have none of it. So I have to do better about taking care of myself. So yeah, since October, I left coffee alone. I'm really sad about it. I have been drinking like hot chocolate and stuff. I had to actually take a sip of that. But my main thing now is hot tea. I used to do my 1 cup of coffee in the mornings. I've replaced that with hot tea. I like to do lemon tea or peppermint tea in the mornings, and then in the evenings I'll do like a chamomile or a blend of chamomile, lavender, or maybe some type of vanilla mixed in there. Oh, it's so good. And at first it's just like, it's alright, but it's not coffee. Because you want what you want, but you get used to it. You really, really get used to it. And now it's something that I actually look forward to. For me, I have to make my tea in the morning a whole thing, because like I'm replacing it. So now it needs to be a whole thing. I like to cut up the ginger. I like lemon slices, the whole nine. Like I really need it to be like that in order for me to sit down and just enjoy it. Sometimes I can just go without like the lemon and ginger and all the fancy stuff, but I do that as a way to curb the urges for the coffee, and it's been working. Sometimes I do have cravings, sometimes I do, and there's like a whole Dunkin Donuts shop across from my apartment. And it gets a little tempting, because when I make my little errands and store runs, take the kids to the park and things, I feel like the Dunkin Donuts is talking to me sometimes to tell me that come on in and get a little sippy sip. But I try my best to ignore that. And what I've learned in the process of all of this is that I am practicing self-discipline, and I am practicing self-control. And those are two things that are very important as an adult to practice as a human being, especially in the times that we are living in, when things are just so readily available and just in your face. You need self-control, you need self-discipline. And even though it's, for me anyway, it's an unfortunate thing that I can't have my favorite drink, which is coffee, I am learning a lot about myself. I am practicing how to have even more self-control and be more self-disciplined. And I'm seeing that I can be like that. And so, yeah, it's like a bittersweet thing. It's like a whole bittersweet experience that I'm going through. But I'm seeing some things about myself, and I'm really proud of myself, because I love coffee. Like, anybody who knows me, they know this girl drinks coffee and she likes it. And they'll give me gift cards and buy me coffee and treat me. It's a whole thing for me. It really is. And sadly, I can't. But then I say, sadly, is it really sad? I don't think so, because I feel a whole lot better without it. And it's good. If I'm in a much better place, physically speaking, than I was before when I was drinking coffee. And who would have thought that, you know, coffee was one of those things that I would have had to cut, among other things like exercising and, you know, de-stressing, taking time to journal, practicing a lot more self-care. These things are really important for your mental health. And, you know, in particular, people that suffer from anxiety and things, you know, we have to look at these areas in our life. What can we do to just be more proactive in our mental health and just find ways to be better at thinking and feeling and all that stuff. So that's what I'm missing, but you know what? It's not like the end of the world. It's not the worst thing to cut out of my life, you know? So that's my journal spread. I hope if, you know, you guys were able to get something done. If you wanted to use this journal prompt for yourself, go ahead and journal. It's really cool to just sit and reflect on, you know, something that you might think you might need in your life, but you actually don't need it. You know, so many things that we think we need, we really don't. I came up with an idea to maybe do like a live journal prompt, like do lives on here on this channel, journal prompts, and maybe like have you guys sit with me. We'll be together. I'll set a journal prompt. I'll set a timer and we can journal together. I don't know. That thought popped up in my head during the week, and I thought maybe to come here and ask you guys if that's something that you would want from me. Let me know, because I'm really interested in doing something like that. I don't know, but if enough people, you know, are interested, then maybe I'll go ahead and do some lives. I have never done lives on YouTube before, so that's going to be an experience. But if you're interested, let me know in the comment section. Would you want some live journal with me prompts? Like, I'll always have a prompt available for you guys. We can do like 15 minutes, you know, and then we'll come back and we'll just talk about it, I guess. Like, I don't know. Let me know. I'm thinking of ideas for the channel, guys. Let me know. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me for this journal with me video, and have yourselves a lovely rest of your day. Be well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.